I don't really like to talk about my beliefs. I don't really like to, because I feel like I'm coming off as blasphemous, or like maybe I'm using the incorrect term, but I feel like I'm coming off like I'm boasting, or I'm saying that I'm better than anyone. But in reality, I can honestly tell you that I really want to be real with y'all, and I really want to, just tell y'all this. When my grandmother passed away, I had a lot of mixed emotions. I was angry, I was sad, I was hurt. I had a lot. I really didn't know what place I was in. When my grandmother passed, a part of me died with her. But then another side of me was reborn. It was a deeper side of myself. And every time before I make a choice, or before I put my foot or my all, or put my all into something, I ask myself, what would Granny do? My grandmother worked so hard to raise me. And although we had ups and downs, my grandmother was truly an angel, and she was an amazing person. And she is the reason that I'm here today. She's the reason that I kept going. She's the reason I keep going, because I want to continue to make her proud. I had some talks, and I felt like God was speaking to me. God has been speaking to me. And, I definitely do want to talk to you guys about how, like, what God truly means to me. I had lost my faith in God years ago, and I was on a path of destruction. And I didn't know where I was going, but I know that I wasn't going that way. And I kept running into problem after problem, obstacle after obstacle, trial after trial, error after error. And I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. And even though I didn't get a chance to see my grandmother, because I did leave years ago for a reason, no matter what, my grandmother is always with me. Not just with me, but with my family. She's with us. She lives in our hearts. They always say, the saying goes, when we seek God, the moment we seek God is the moment we surrender. And I wasn't ready to surrender. I was still confused. Like I said, I'm not Christian. I tried the whole Bible study, and it wasn't for me. It's not for me. It wasn't my people. It wasn't where I felt like I belonged. And, a lot of people will, and I have had a lot of people who are religious that come to me and tell me, like, follow this, do this, or, as long as you believe in God, you accept his son. And, I was just like, kind of like still in and out with it. But I feel like the moment when my grandmother's passing just changed me. And I don't want to say like something tragic in my life had to happen in order for me to actually turn a leaf. Because I was going in the direction, I was coming back. But then this happened. And remind you, I had a feeling that my grandmother was passing. I knew it. Like, I felt it. I wasn't ready to accept it, but I felt it. And it was just something that wasn't really easy for me. But it wasn't just not easy for me. It wasn't easy for my family. My grandmother was always that person. She helped everybody. She always helped everybody, and she never asked for nothing in return. That woman was the most amazing, most sweetest, most genuine woman. And she will always, always, always live forever inside me, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I will tell my children about her, okay? They will know. This woman was phenomenal. Even through pain, even through health problems, she still got up and still took me to school. She still got up and did what she needed to do. And I made mistakes on my end, and I did things I wasn't proud of. And when I look back, I used to always think like, damn, my grandmother used to be so hard on me. But my grandmother was so hard on me because she knew that in the world I had to be prepared. Because the world doesn't care about you. People in this world don't care about what you've been through. They don't care about the situations or the trials you had to face. They don't care about the adversity that you had to go through. They don't. Let's just be real. This world will chew you, they'll eat you up, and then they'll spit you out. And then pretend like you never existed. I always wonder like why my grandmother would be so hard on me, but she was hard on me because she wanted me to be tough. She wanted me to have tough skin. And now when I look back, I'm like, dang, I thank her. Although I've gone through my situations with suicide and dealing with depression and going back and forth about whether I was enough, I can honestly say that I do feel that I am enough, and I do accept myself for who I am as I am. Yes, there is a lot of more work to be done. I was too busy trying to look at what other people did or look at how other studs were or try to be like that person or try to be like this person. I was never being myself. And my grandmother always told me, you need to just be yourself, be who you are. And now I feel like I'm coming into terms of reality of who I am. I am a phenomenal woman because God created me as a phenomenal woman. God knew what he did when he created me. He knew what he did when he created all of us. We are all special in our own way. We are all unique in our own way. Nobody is the same, and that's for a reason. So when you tell yourself or you feel like you're not enough or you feel like you're not worthy, you're telling God like, that's what you telling him. You telling him you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not enough, when he's the one that created you. And it's like, what? And then that's when I start to think to myself, I say, God don't care what we look like. He doesn't love us that's not human love, okay? God loves unconditionally. His love is greater than the love that you will ever even be able to imagine or be able to actually feel. We think we can get love from people outside of us or, getting into a relationship, but that love is not going to be greater than the love that God has because God's love is unconditional. And I feel like after this situation, after this tragic ending that happened. Well, I don't want to say tragic ending because I want to look at it as it's a new beginning. But after what happened with my grandmother, I was confused. I didn't know where to turn to, and I was just all out of whack. But then I turned to God. I started to have dreams about her. It felt like she wanted to speak to me, like she wanted to tell me something. And I started to ask God, and I said, God, guide me because I need you right now. And I don't want to be that person to say, oh, I had to go to him because this happened. And no, I honestly feel like when I came back, I said, I feel so bad for even turning my back on you because you have always been there for me. I've been fighting a war within myself for so many years and that war was deep rooted because of the trauma and because of the issues that I was facing, having to go into these mental hospitals, having to constantly face myself and look at myself in the mirror when I couldn't look at myself. I couldn't bear look at who I couldn't even dare look at who I was because I wasn't happy with my skin. I wasn't happy with what I looked like. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I was good enough for anybody. And then I'm over here having this battle and thinking to myself like, no, Alize, you don't deserve this. All these things that you want to manifest or all these things that you want to create in your life, do you really deserve this? I was going back and forth with my inner child, trying to, moments where I felt triggered. I would get triggered throughout situations in my life and things that would happen. And I would start to feel like, damn, I'm feeling like how I was years ago. And it was so hard for me. And every time, one minute I'm feeling good, the next minute I'm like I'm faking it till I make it, and then I'm just like, what do I do? Where do I turn? I'm in and out of these relationships. I'm in and out of these friendships that don't last. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, where do I turn? And I stayed away from my family for so many years, and I'm the type of person, I go into hiding. You feel me? Like I go into hiding straight up. But it was like I stayed away for so many years, and a part of me just felt like, you know what, I'm a disgrace. But God told me, no, you're not, because you're my child. I love you. I'm waking you up every morning because I'm not done with you. You have a purpose, Alize. You're here for a reason, Alize. Alize, I didn't give you these gifts because I just gave them for you to waste. I gave them to you because I want you to spread the word. I want you to spread my word. And that's exactly what I'm going to continue to do. And I told myself, I said, you know what? This is something that my granny would want me to do. To be honest, to be able to actually help people and guide people into the right direction. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I make mistakes too. Nobody is perfect. But at the end of the day, we keep thinking, we be putting ourselves down and putting ourselves in these situations where we think that, oh, we're not, dang, it is a den. We're not that, you know what I'm saying? We not worthy of this, we not worthy of that, or we like to just settle for less. God doesn't want us to settle for less. God wants us to go out there and go for more because we deserve it all. We deserve that happiness. We deserve to be at peace. We deserve to feel healed. There is no such thing as you will never be fully healed. You will be healed if you allow yourself to heal and if you allow God to come into your life. Even if the universe, you don't have to believe in Christianity. You don't have to believe in any of these religions. As long as you believe that God is real or you believe in a higher power, then baby, yes, you are going to go places. You are going to go places in life. You are going to see the light in you. You are going to actually witness your purpose. You are going to be able to have opportunities and doors open for you because God is saying, you're putting me first. You're putting me as the priority. And I'm going to show you what love is. I'm going to show you what unconditional love means. I'm going to give you the things, the fruits that you've been bearing, the fruits that you've been wanting, you've been seeking. I'm going to give that to you. It already exists. I've already created it for you. It's already here. Are you going to trust in me? Are you going to follow me? Are you going to allow me to take the lead? Are you going to allow me to take away your worry, your pain, your doubt, your sadness, your depression, the things that you feel, the things that you have went through? I know that you have went through certain things. I know that you've been through trauma. You've been physically abused, mentally, spiritually, sexually. I know that you have gone through things, but can you trust me and put your faith and your all into me? Put your faith and your all into me and know that every day I am working on you. I am building you, and I am building you because you're coming back stronger. You are one of my strongest soldiers out here. There is a reason that I created you. I put life into you. Don't allow other people to tell you that you're not good enough because you were rejected. That was a blessing. They are not for you. I cannot have you just with anybody because they are not for you. I cannot have just only regular people and ordinary people in your circle because you're not ordinary. You are different. You stand out from the rest. You are not the rest of the red apples. You are a green apple. Or you are not the rest of the green apples. You are a golden apple. You are different. So now I tell myself and I say, you know what, God, this was for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. I don't talk about my grandmother like she used to be here. My grandmother is still here with me because she lives within me. I am a representation of my father, my grandmother, and my mother put together. All three. I used to look at myself and say, oh, you're not good enough. You're ugly. My grandmother saw the things I wrote about myself, and she looked at me and said, are you calling me ugly? Because you look like me, you look like your daddy, and you look like your mama. And it hurt her heart to know that I felt this way about myself. I created that story even as a child. And for so long, I was searching for the outside validation, getting and hopping into relationships, getting with a person who damn near tried to pimp me out, getting with somebody who used me for my money and used me for my body, and constantly allowing people to come in and to mess up my garden that God created for me, the life that God has created. And I decided to allow people to do that. But I had to find my way. I had to make mistakes. I had to go through those things in order for me to be here today to tell you that you are a diamond. You're more than a diamond. You're gold, baby. We are here for a reason. Regardless of what you believe in, regardless of I don't care what you believe in. If you practicing whatever you believe in, I want you to do your daily ritual every day and put that as a priority. Do not focus on your emails. Do not look to text your boyfriend or girlfriend or little boo thing, your little side piece. Don't be doing none of that. I want you to do the priority. Your spirituality comes first. You come first. You have work to do. We have work to do. We don't have time for the games. We are living above. We are not in the matrix no more. We are not in the 3D. We have awakened. We see things differently. We operate differently. We talk differently. We set ourselves aside from other people differently. This doesn't mean that we are saying that we are better than anybody. No, but we are different from the others who choose to stay asleep. I am no longer asleep. I've awakened. What about you?